Good morning, dear students. I am Rakesh Kumar, your social science teacher. Dear students, today we are going to start a new chapter from your history. That is chapter second, from traders to rulers. This is second chapter of class 8. In this chapter, we are going to study how a company become the master of a nation, what happened in the Indian subcontinent, and how the British able to control over the nation. So in the regions, the first region is in 1707, the death of Aurangzeb takes place. And you know well, Aurangzeb was the last great Mughal. After Aurangzeb, the later Mughal were unable to control over its territories, and the decline of Mughal dynasty started just after the death of Aurangzeb. And you should also know that during 1600, the Queen of Britain, or you can say England, the Queen passed a charter. According to this charter, the British trading company had got the permission to trade in India, and they formed a company, that is British East India Company. But we should also know that the British were not only the people who came to India. Before the British, during 1498, the Portuguese also came to India, and they, you know well, you have an idea about Vasco da Gama. Vasco da Gama came to India on the Calicut, and he started his activities, or he started Portuguese activities from the India. After Portuguese, Dutch, French also came to India, and you can see a conflict or a trade rivalry started in the Indian continent, and now the company is trying to establish monopoly on the trade in the Indian subcontinent. And you should also know that during initial time, the British or the European traded in spices, and it is also very interesting thing that they were not using spices to eat them directly. They were using spices to preserve food and meat product. And we should also know that after taking advantage of the weak rulers and the conflicts of the ruler between each other, a lot of people, a lot of companies taking advantage, and they try to establish their rule over the nation. Now, some more facts we are going to study. We have studied about the Portuguese and other European companies, and we have also studied that a lot of competition were started and a trade rivalry takes place, and in this trade rivalry the British become winner and they created their settlement in various parts of India. Why British become the master of India? The reason behind it was the British Navy was the strongest navy of that time. And second reason was the British try to create a fear among the another nations who are trying to become the settlers in India, and they were created a strong support from the Indian rulers. Some Indian rulers were also helping the British to rule over the nation. And the most important thing is the conflicts of Indian rulers among each other. The British try to take advantage of these conflicts of Indian ruler, and after taking advantage of these conflicts they become the master of Indian territory, and this was the turning point for the British in the India. And we should also know that the first set company 1651 to 1652. During this time, the British came to India and they tried to open their factory in Calcutta, Hooghly. And you should also know that the factory word is not coming from the place where the manufacturing activities takes place. On those days, the businessmen who came to India were known as factor. And after this word factor, the factory came into existence. And the place, the factories were not the manufacturing point. Only on these places the imported and exported materials has to be kept. So the word factory came after the factor. That is why the places where the British try to open their import and export center were known as the factors. Now we should also know that the Bengal was the richest and largest state of that time. Bengal, richest and largest state. It was the richest and largest state. It was located on Indo-Gangetic plain. That is why it was very fertile. So due to its fertility, due to its population, and due to its vast market, the British try to control over Bengal. Means due to the vastness of Bengal, due to the fertile soil, due to vast market of people, the British try to control over the Bengal, and after controlling, whenever they will become the successful for controlling the Bengal, they will become the master of nation. So let us see how they become successful to control over the largest state of that time, that was Bengal. When we say Bengal, it means we are talking about modern day West Bengal, Bangladesh, some part of Assam, and some part of Bihar. Means these states were included, known as Bengal. So you can easily predict that how important was the Bengal for the a ruler in the subcontinent. So let us study. On those days, Bengal was the richest and most fertile state of the nation. So what happened in the Bengal, we are going to study. So we should know that during 1756, Murshid Quli Khan was the Nawab of Bengal. He was the Nawab of Bengal, Murshid Quli Khan, and he was totally opposed the factory in Hooghly because the British tried to fortify the company and they were not obeying the Nawab. So Nawab was trying to control and check the powers of the company because they were trying to enhance their power and they were interfering in the internal matter of the Nawab's court. So the British were also thinking that when we will able to remove Murshid Quli Khan from the throne, and we should impose a puppet on the place. So they whenever Murshid Quli Khan ordered to defortify the forts or factories of the Britishers, the British tried to eliminate the Murshid Quli Khan from the throne, and a war takes place that is known as the Battle of Plassey. It takes place between the British and, let us write it first, the Battle of Plassey. the Battle of Plassey, 1757. It was fought between the Siraj-ud-Dawla and the English colony. What happened? The Nawab Siraj-ud-Dawla seized the fort, that is Fort William of Hooghly, because they were engaged in illegal trade activities and they were not paying taxes. And they were trying to fortify, and they were also engaged in illegal army activities, means they were trying to keep their army in the fort. So Siraj-ud-Dawla think that whenever the British become stronger, then they can create problem in the future. So Siraj-ud-Dawla ordered to defortification of Fort William, and war broke out between the British and the Siraj-ud-Dawla. The war broke out, and on 20 June 1756, the armies of Siraj-ud-Dawla occupied Fort William. Means the armies of Siraj-ud-Dawla occupied Fort William, and the British fought war to recapture the Fort William from the Siraj-ud-Dawla. So the English they were not satisfied, so they fought war and defeated Siraj-ud-Dawla, and after defeating him, they imposed Mir Jafar on the throne of Bengal. He was a puppet ruler. But it is very interesting thing here. After serving some times of the British, the Mir Jafar refused to do so. That is why once again the British armies attacked on Mir Jafar. So a war broke out, and on 23rd June 1757, a war broke out, and Mir Jafar fled, and a lot of changes takes place. Now the British impose a new type of rules and regulation over the territory. Now they become the master of the Bengal. They were now got right to collect taxes from the people of Bengal, and a lot of changes takes place. And after the Battle of Plassey, the Britishers become the master of India, and from here they got right to